When you die, are you going to heaven or not? You can know for sure. heavenornot.net.
Just between us, you know what's better than mopping? Anything. Ugh. Well, I switched to Swiffer WetJet, and it's awesome. It's an all-in-one that absorbs dirt and grime deep inside.
And it helps prevent streaks and haze. WetJet is so worth it. Love it or your money back.
E.T., are you okay? Are you okay, E.T.?
That was just a taste of what it was like whenever we were with Celine Dion. She couldn't help but sing.
She's a good time. She emanates joy from within. Now we leave you with more of our favorite Celine serenades, including one of my.
Did you try to sing with Celine? You tried to sing with Celine.
Good night, everybody.
Happening now.
San Antonio firefighters called out to an abandoned hotel before day. As they battled the flames, 2 people were inside. How they were able to make it to safety, and more on the investigation into the cause.
And a quiet weather pattern takes shape as we get ready to wrap up 2023. Low humidity, cold mornings followed by comfortable afternoons. We'll get you all those details coming up in just a few.
We sit down with Little Joe, known by many as the godfather of Tejano, and take a look at his 6-decade career. KSAT News at 5 starts right now. The family of a missing pregnant woman believes the search to find her may have come to an end. Right now, police are investigating near the 5900 block of Danny Kaye. That is not far from where Leon Valley police say 18-year-old Savannah Soto was last seen. Our Avery Everett just got to the scene. Avery, what are you hearing?
Well, the police presence out here on the northwest side is heavy. Right behind me, you can see the Leon Valley Police Department working and searching around a silver car. I want to emphasize that we have yet to get any official information from police out here, but our KSAT crews have been in contact with the family of 18-year-old Savannah Soto, who say she and her boyfriend have been found inside that car. Now, we're still waiting to confirm official information. I'm going to take a step out so that you can get a closer look at that. But remember that over the past couple of days, there has been a clear alert out for 18-year-old Savannah Soto. Just last night, her family had a search party around her apartment in Leon Valley. Remember, her family says she was pregnant and supposed to be induced on Friday, and she never showed up to the hospital. Again, we're working and waiting on official information out here. As soon as we get that, we'll continue to keep you posted on air and online. We'll be out here for the rest of the night. Reporting live, I'm Avery Everett, KSAT 12 News.
Well, SAPD's SWAT team looking for a suspect with a shotgun involved in a family disturbance incident at an apartment complex on the city's northwest side. Police were called out to the 1300 block of the Patricia Drive, not far from Blanco Road, around noon today for an assault that was happening. Soon after, officers learned that the suspect reportedly had a shotgun. The SWAT team also responding. We're told the victim in this case is fine, but the suspect is not in custody.
Victim's fine. The victim is cooperating with police. She's out, so we believe the suspect's by himself. Right now, it's just following up on leads. There's no danger to the public at this time.
Police say it's unclear what caused the incident to escalate. A fire at a vacant hotel being looked into by arson investigators. It happened just before 4 this morning. The deputy chief tells us 2 people were inside. Flashing lights illuminating what's left of a vacant Embassy Suites. Smoke filled every level of the high-rise near I-10 and Callahan Road.
We just want to make sure that everybody is okay and that the fire is out.
Deputy Chief Brian Norris says because of the size of the high-rise, lots of crews were called out.
We performed a search on the building. We had 2 people come out of the building as we were doing some searches.
Those 2 people uninjured.
It looks like they were just trying to have a place to sleep since it is a chilly night tonight.
Norris says the vacant building has no electricity, which is why arson is looking into what caused it. The fire was small and stayed on 1 floor. Norris says they're making sure nobody else goes in, just in case.
We increased security and we have fenced off the area. We're working with development services in the city as well as the DART program in the city to see if there's anything that can be done to further secure the building.
Already behind bars, a Bexar County jail inmate is now accused of beating another inmate so badly he disfigured his face. According to an arrest affidavit, 38-year-old Antoine Briggs went into another inmate's cell and beat him in the face and head. Deputies say the attack permanently disfigured the inmate's nose. Briggs was already in custody and waiting to stand trial for an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon charge. Now, according to the affidavit, Briggs is now charged with aggravated assault causing serious bodily injury in connection to the attack on the inmate. Well, Old Man Winter letting us know he hasn't forgotten about us here in North Texas. Just like yesterday, a lot of us were reaching for coats and jackets before heading outside. Temperatures appear to settle in for the week and this weekend, right, Mia?
Yes, it's going to be pretty cold, especially in the mornings over the next several days, with daily upper 30s expected in and around the San Antonio area. Although with the drier air, though, we have managed to see those afternoon temperatures rise a little bit more efficiently, but it was still cool for this Tuesday. 55 in Bulverde, 57 in Mico, 61 over in Lavernia here. If you're stepping out for any evening plans, you will want to take the jacket with you because temperatures are going to be able to cool off. 53 degrees here in the Alamo City by about 7 p.m., upper 40s by 9 o'clock with those mostly clear skies in place. And there you go. First thing tomorrow morning, cold yet again, around 39 degrees at 7 a.m. here in town. Plenty of sunshine, though, low humidity, afternoon highs very comfortable and pleasant, topping off in the mid 60s. And by the way, this calmer weather pattern is going to continue as we get to wrap up 2023. So with just 5 days left in the year, without a doubt, the weather gave us a lot to talk about, from the lingering triple-digit heat this summer to even footage of a tornado along I-35 back in October. Stephanie Jimenez and I recap the top weather stories and give you a look at how well we all can prepare for what the weather may bring in the new year. So here's a clip of the special, which you can catch right now on KSAT.com.
We have milder weather now, but let's rewind a bit to the summer of 2023. How would you describe it?
It was really horrible.
Some even say
unbearable.
The temperatures in South Central Texas broke record after record.
We've had 8 days in which we hit 105 or higher.
It marked our 60th triple-digit day that we have seen so far this year.
The hottest month ever recorded in San Antonio with an average temp of 90.6.
Everyone and everything was affected, from homeowners to businesses and people who work outside in the elements.
Even thinking back to 2021, we had the winter storm, except then it was snow and ice that staggered Texans.
10 degrees here in San Antonio.
Both cases of extreme weather taught us preparation is key.
CPS Energy says it's under orders to begin rotating outages.
Local groups and agencies are having those conversations.
How do we work with those stakeholders that already work with persons that are 65 and older, or they have a medical condition, people with disabilities, or individuals who are homebound?
While we can't predict severe weather months before it happens, we can do our best to prepare when we're not in a weather emergency.
So let's get ready.
So in this special, Stephanie and I go over all the ways that you can prepare your homes and stay healthy no matter how hot or how cold it gets. Now, to just watch the special, you can just scan this QR code. You can also watch it on our website, YouTube, and KSAT Plus.
Another big story impacting San Antonio, along with the state of Texas and the nation, migrant surges at the border. The ongoing crisis along the U.S. southern border is putting pressure on border officials and their resources. Hundreds of migrants in Eagle Pass are now being transported to other border towns to help with processing. But as Ivan Rodriguez reports, the processing won't end anytime soon. Another caravan of thousands of migrants is moving through Mexico, heading toward the U.S. border.
So far this month, a 7-day average of more than 9,600 migrant encounters were reported by federal authorities, making it among the highest amounts ever recorded.
I've spoken to these people when I've been on the river, and they're just looking for a better life. And I think that we can help them. We need more workers in the United States. And so I think there's positives that can come from immigration. We just need the infrastructure to support them.
To deal with the unprecedented migrant surge, the federal government has closed ports of entry in multiple states and reassigned personnel to transport and process migrants. Maverick County, Texas Sheriff Tom Schmerber says this surge is having an impact on the local economy and community.
And I have my community here, the neighborhoods, calling for it because they're afraid that the people are walking, strangers walking around the area. It's a situation that the law enforcement's getting a lot of pressure.
Hundreds of migrants from the Eagle Pass area are only being transported to other border towns to help relieve pressure. 2 buses from Texas dropped off over 90 migrants in a Chicago suburb over the weekend, and they were then moved by train into the city, according to police. For many who already made the long journey to the U.S., going back isn't an option.
I'm going to be happy because I'm going to live in a free country where the rights of citizens are respected. That wasn't the case where I lived.
I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
New at 5, for more than 60 years, the Tejano legend Little Joe has been on the road and entertaining crowds all over the world. This year, he was given a prestigious national honor in Washington, D.C. He recently sat down with our Erica Hernandez to talk about that honor and if he has any plans on slowing down.
From farm working as a child to traveling the world as a musician, Little Joe Hernandez has a career many would envy. He has been in the music industry for 62 years. He has recorded more than 70 albums, won 4 Grammys, 1 Latin Grammy, been named Texas Artist of the Year in 2019, but recently he calls his latest award, the National Heritage Fellowship Award from the National Endowment for the Arts, the biggest one yet.
This was really a big plus to my life, really, to my career.
In September, Little Joe went to Washington, D.C. to accept the award.
We're still working on finishing all that comes with getting the award. I feel closure. Because that's the highest recognition you can get for the arts, for what I do, for the music I do.
Now 83 years old, he says he and his group La Familia have slowed down a bit, but they aren't going anywhere.
I love people. I just love people. And that's felt from the audience, that energy and that love. It's just amazing. It's magic. And
everyone is a part of your familia.
Very much so.
After so many years performing, he says he now sees several generations of the same family coming back to his shows.
When I was in my 20s, couples would bring their children for me to take pictures with. And those children now are grandparents or great-grandparents in some cases. You know, they're in their 70s. It's just amazing.
Looking back at it all, Little Joe says he never expected his career to have lasted this long and feels lucky to still be able to grace the stage.
Music it's about the soul, la alma de uno. And if you can convey that to the listener, that's what it's about.
Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
All right, we're taking a look now at TransGuide. We're looking at 410 in McCullough. Traffic is moving along. There are a lot of people out shopping, spending their gift cards that they got for Christmas. Well, straight ahead on KSAT News at 5, it's the sweet and hot beverage synonymous with the holidays. We're talking about hot chocolate, of course. Coming up next, how you can make the holiday drink taste even better.
This SA Salute holiday greeting is brought to you by Blue Skies of Texas.
We're the Garden Club, the Blue Skies of Texas, and we want to wish everyone a happy holidays, especially a sweet one with the honey from our beehive.
With the holidays here, how are you keeping your porch and your packages safe? Coming up, we're talking to BCSO about their advice when it comes to these increased thefts and break-ins, and you'll hear the story of one San Antonio family who caught a theft all on camera.
And overcoming the odds, how an Edgewood High grad pushed her way out of poverty to save lives. All that and more today at the News at 6. Well, hot chocolate is just the theme to warm you up and satisfy your sweet tooth. So 12 on your sides, Marilyn Moritz takes us to a test kitchen to see if fancy machines can make it even better.
It's the upside to a chilly day, a warm mug of hot cocoa. But is there a way to make it taste even better?
Besides just wanting to drink a lot of hot cocoa at work, we really just wanted to see if there was a method that could beat the traditional method, which is just the stovetop method.
Consumer Reports made batches of Swiss Miss milk chocolate hot cocoa mix on the stove and then compared it to cocoa made in this nostalgic retro hot chocolate maker, and even more made with a milk frother, the Nespresso Aeroccino 4. The results? If you want to elevate your hot cocoa, taste testers favored the frothing.
It was nuttier, it was creamier, they could taste the chocolate more, but it wasn't so sweet, which is an issue that you get with a lot of the hot cocoa mixes.
but it is pricey and you can only make one cup at a time. So if you're whipping it up for a crowd, you can save your money and just use a good old pot on the stove, which tasted just as good as the Nostalgia Retro method. You can spice up your cocoa by adding cinnamon sticks.
If you like minty, you can do some peppermint candy and sort of melt that in also.
Don't do dairy, just substitute with almond, oat, or soy milk. Just don't forget the marshmallows. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
Taking a look now at live camera outside. It is nice. The sun is starting to set. It's nice and chilly. Perfect hot cocoa weather, definitely.
It definitely has been hot cocoa weather. Yep, setting us up for a pretty quiet stretch of days here in South Central Texas. By the way, all that sunshine you're seeing out there right now, we're going to see plenty of it as we get ready to wrap up 2023. So yes, a couple mornings, even some evenings with some hot cocoa. Not a bad idea over the next several days. Let's take a look at your weather headlines throughout the remainder of the week. Our weather setup is going to be pretty quiet here in South Central Texas. Unfortunately, we don't have any notable rain chances to talk about. Mornings are going to be cold, daily mid to upper 30s around the Alamo City, but dry air still in place, so the afternoons will be pleasant. Highs rebounding into the 60s pretty much each and every day, with more sunshine, and that will even continue into next week as well, at least into the early portions of the week, and then we'll see another front start to move back in here. Temperatures right now upper 50s here in San Antonio. There's that dew point of 40 degrees, which means yes, relatively drier air still in the works, and what that's going to do through the overnight, much like what we saw earlier this morning, really help those temperatures tumble. By wake up time Wednesday, upper 30s, just shy of that 40-degree mark expected here in town. Notice trending a degree or two colder moving forward Thursday, Friday, even into Saturday. I think it's possible we dip down into the mid-30s, maybe a few areas, especially up into the hill country, dipping below freezing for a little bit before the sun comes up. So that's something that we will be monitoring heading into the weekend. Here's a look at tomorrow morning. Again, 7 a.m. Wednesday, upper 30s to low 40s expected in and around San Antonio. The potential for a few isolated spots up into the hill country near Comfort, Kerrville, even Bandera to maybe briefly see a light freeze. So once again, like earlier this morning, not a bad idea to make sure those pets have a warm place to sleep and bring in potted plants just to be safe. 41 in Floresville, 39 in Devine, 36 in Utopia first thing tomorrow. We are going to see plenty of sunshine throughout the day. 47 degrees at 9 a.m. It's going to be another beautiful one here across South Central Texas. 60 degrees expected for any lunchtime plans. Daytime highs topping off just a little bit warmer tomorrow compared to what we saw today because we are expecting less of the high clouds to move through. 67 in Floresville, 68 in Pleasanton, 66 in New Braunfels, that daytime high tomorrow, 62 in Bulverde, stretching over to Bernie, as well as Helotes. In terms of your daytime highs over the next several days, low 60s by Thursday. It's possible we barely miss that 60-degree mark on Friday thanks to the addition of just a few more clouds out there. Then we start to warm things up into the weekend, and then as we ring in the new year, another front's going to move through, dropping those temperatures back into the upper 50s and low 60s for the first couple of days of 2024. We've been talking about that dry air. It moved in behind the cold front that moved in this weekend, and really that low humidity sticks with us each and every day all the way through the first half of the weekend. We see a brief return of some of that moisture on Sunday, but then there's that front, which once again is going to help sweep out all of that moisture and allow for that drier air to return into early next week. Here's what's happening in the upper levels of the atmosphere. So just off to our north today, there's an area of low pressure across the Central Plains. That's going to be really slow to work eastward here over the next several days. It finally does so, but then we see a second area of low pressure move into the Midwest early next week, and that essentially is what's going to allow for that next front to move in to kick off 2024. But because the upper levels, at least here in South Central Texas, are somewhat quiet and we do have that dry air in place, not a whole lot of moisture to work with, unfortunately that means that we really don't have any rain chances to talk about. So not exactly the way that we wanted to wrap up 2023, but we'll definitely see what we can find as we head into the first couple of weeks of the new year. So really the big things to monitor over the next several days. Just the cold mornings. You're going to want the coats, but then into the afternoons, yes, it still will be cool, but very pleasant. Highs topping off in the 60s for the most part with all of that sunshine leading into the weekend. Daniela.
All right, thank you, Mia. Well, Larry, the Spurs are hosting the Jazz tonight. Are we going to get to see Wemby?
Well, we don't know for sure yet, but judging by the practice video this morning from shoot around, I mean, I have to say it looks good, but it's probably going to be known a little closer to game time. In the meantime, this is a very winnable game for the Spurs. And in college football, it is game day for Texas State. Coming up.
For sure, watching them play, so many finals, too many finals, a lot of finals. And then being able to come to the gym, you practicing on aircraft, and they're sitting there watching you practice. So it's definitely a good feeling. Even to know, like, if you ever need any advice or anybody to talk to, they're there to talk to you. It's pretty cool.
Julian is talking about Tim and Tony as both guys were at Spurs shoot-around this morning on game day. Here is Victor Wembanyama this morning, a Spurs shoot-around before the guys take on the Utah Jazz tonight. At last check, Wemby was listed as questionable with a right ankle sprain per the Spurs injury report. Seeing him out on the court going through flexibility drills is hopefully a good sign that he will play. Saturday night, he twisted his right ankle in Dallas when he stepped on the foot of a ball boy during warm-ups, prompting Pop to sit Wemby just to be safe. Afterwards, Pop said if it was a playoff game, he probably would have played Wemby. So all signs seem to point in the right direction. The Spurs' next 3 games against Utah and then back-to-back with Portland appear to be winnable because those 2 squads are below 500.
I think every game for us is kind of a game where we have to go get it, or at least try our best to. Yeah, I think that's how we look at every game, honestly and truly. I couldn't say that we look at any other team differently.
The Spurs will host the Jazz tonight at 7 at the Frostbank Center. We'll have highlights on the Night Beat.
That was the number one thing that I wanted, was the ability to stay in Texas and have our friends and family and fans be able to come to the game and be able to enjoy that, in front of basically a home crowd type atmosphere, because I think that's what it'll be, and it's setting up that way, and I'm excited to walk out on that game and on that field and kind of see what it looks like.
After spending the last 4 days in Dallas, G.J. Kinney and his Texas State Bobcats have kicked off the Serve Pro First Responder Bowl with the Rice Owls in front of their fans, the first ever bowl game for the Texas State Bobcats. And that game is in progress, and right now Texas State leads Rice 14-7. We'll have highlights on the Night Beat. Now Texas State scored first, going up 7-0. Rice tied it up, and then Texas State just scored as I was coming up here to take the lead 14-7.
Yeah, I know people are pumped about this game. I saw a lot of maroon out and about, and I think RJ's there too, so.
Yeah, I heard.
Pumped.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. We will be back after the break.
All right, the last full moon of the year is starting to rise above the northeastern horizon. This is the full cold moon, and it officially does become full at 6:33 p.m. So just over an hour from now, you'll notice that big bright moon in the sky later on tonight. It is going to be a chilly one out there this evening and a cold start first thing tomorrow. That cold morning trend continues throughout the rest of the week. Pleasant afternoon temperatures, plenty of sunshine, and pretty quiet, all things considered. Daniela.
All right, well, thank you for watching the news at 5. World News is next.